So to start this event, I request Hafiz Humayun Beg to recite few verses from Holy Quran. Hafiz sir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يوم نطوي السماء كطي السجل للكتب كما بدأنا أول خلق نعيده وعدا علينا إنا كنا فاعلين ولقد كتبنا في الزبور من بعد الذكر أن الأرض يرثها عبادي الصالحون إن في هذا لبلاغا لقوم عابدين وما أرسلناك إلا رحمة للعالمين آمنت بالله صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah Hafiz sir. Now I request President IoBM Talib S. Karim Saab to say a few words. Sir.
Assalamu alaikum, and thank you, DG Saab, for being with us. It's really a great honor. I know you're there's a time limitation. You have to go to an important meeting, so I'll be very, very short, so that you get the floor and you can speak to our students and talk a little bit about cybersecurity. Just a very brief introduction. We are Institute of Business Management located in Karachi, more popularly known as CBM. This institute was founded by my late father, Mr. Shahjahan Karim, who retired as Chief Secretary Sindh. I'm not sure whether you were serving at that time in Sindh or not, but so it was his vision, and now we are following his vision, and we are 6,000 strong student body with over 12,000 alumni group. So this COVID-19 created a challenge for us, but also created an opportunity. Of course, challenge was how to take classes online and continue with our semester. An opportunity was how to convert our teaching methodology into more digital platform. Of course, whenever you go into digital environment, there's always a threat. There's a security threat, there's a cyber security threat, and so on and so forth. So I think your talk with our, over 150 strong students who are listening, who will be listening to you, would be something that they can learn from your wisdom and what FIA is doing, so that we can comfortably work in this digital environment, because I think this is the future, and so we are totally dependent now on this platform. So again, sir, thank you very much, and I hope when you visit Karachi next, you'll take time to visit our campus. You'll enjoy visiting our campus, interacting with our students and our faculty members. Thank you again, sir, and over to Dr. Tariq Soomro.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Dear student, before I introduce my today's keynote speaker, I would like to say that if you have one or two brief questions, we will take. So you may write the question in the chat box. So I'm now introducing Mr. Sanaullah Abbasi, who's currently serving as a DG FIA. He's a recipient of Quaid-e-Azam Police Medal Award by the President of Pakistan and Pakistan Police Medal Award by the Prime Minister of Pakistan. He's currently enrolled in PhD in law from Karachi University. He holds degrees like LLM, MA, Masters in Social Sciences, LLB. He has the author one book called Car Lifting Crimes. Apart from this, Mr. Abbasi holds 10 years teaching experience at Zabis Karachi, at Kesbit Karachi, and at Law College Larkana in Hyderabad. His work experience includes overall administration of FIA, supervision and monitoring of investigation related to cyber crimes, anti-corruption cases, white-collar crimes, immigration-related crimes, and transactional crimes. Moreover, he participated in webinar organized by Interpol on the basic cyber crime investigation and digital evidence handling. I request our keynote speaker, Abbasi Saab, to talk about cyber crime and cyber security. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much to the faculty of Institute who has invited me to talk with the younger generation. Whenever I go, I used to talk to the younger generation because it constitutes the more than 70% of the population. And basically, they are the harbinger of the positive change in the country or in any society. So it's a very nice to talk to these people. We will be educated, even guided by their input. So that's why we interact with these younger generation people. And even we have a strategic partnership with the universities and institutes, which are mainly oriented towards discovery, towards the technology. So these are the challenges we are now facing in modern times. Modern times, basically, they are very complex. Not only complicated, but complex. Complex means that the circumstances are very unpredictable, very challenging, and even non-linear. So we have to train ourselves, our younger generation, and even still being at this level, we are still under training. We are educated by the academia, we are educated by the even a younger generation and our elders also. So that's why we always engage with these stakeholders. The main stakeholder of Pakistan is the people of Pakistan and the future generation of Pakistan, that is younger generation. So that is the why I am here to talk with you people. The main challenge which we are facing, the law enforcement is facing, even a nation is facing, is the cyberspace, because this is a new domain. Everything has been shifted from ground to the cyberspace. It's a new, we are in a transition. So this is a very important topic, very important domain. We must know it. And it is being used massively by younger generation. So that is second parameter. That's why we are talking to the younger generation. Another thing that is very important because of the modern times, because of this pandemic, corona pandemic, by and large, almost everything from management to the business, it is shifted to cyberspace. You are seeing the video conferences, you are seeing the online businesses, you are seeing so many other things. So because of these circumstances, we are engaged with the cyber domain. So, however, there are so many positives and there are so many negatives of this any phenomena. Positives, as you know, the world has become a global village. It has shrunken into this cyber domain in a computer, in a mobile telephone. there is a massive flow or flooding of flow of information into cyberspace. So that is one positive aspect. We are being educated from this cyberspace. But there are so many negative aspects also. It may be subjected to the misuse of space by disgruntled elements, by malicious people, by even criminals. So, apart from, we are dealing with the negative aspects, because the FIA and other law enforcement agencies are mainly dealing with the negativities, to control the negativities in a society, which we call it a crime. So for cyber regulations, we have two aspects. Number one is cyber surveillance, we call it a cyber patrol. Just like police is patrolling, law enforcement is patrolling on the ground, spotting the criminals. Whenever there is a crime, they catch these criminals. Like that, likewise, that we conduct a cyber patrolling through obviously softwares to find out, spotting the malicious peoples. So this is one aspect. Number two aspect is this investigation of the cyber crimes. The cyber patrol is mainly for the prevention of crime or malicious things. But investigation starts even after commission of a crime. So these two things are mainly important for cyber crimes. This cyberspace, because it's a new domain, this new domain is to be regulated by something, because there is a social contract in a society. Society is regulated by norms, conventions, and finally resulting into the law, legislated by the legislators, elected by the people of Pakistan. So likewise that, this cyber domain is to be regulated by some law. So in 1918, this cyber regulation was made, law was made, that is known as Electronics Regulation Act, PICA. It has been legislated by the legislators. It encompasses the defamation, cyber terrorism, hacking, and all, and fraud, and every criminal activity has been criminalized in this act. Some offenses were made the cognizable, and some cases were made non-cognizable. Cognizable means that FIA can arrest the people, start the prosecution without recourse to the, without even permission from the courts. And non-cognizable means that we have to take a permission from the courts before starting an investigation. So that was the legal regime enacted by the legislators. The FIA has been designated only legitimate agency to investigate the PICA crimes, and that is in cyber domain. It is the only agency. There are so many additions and deletions because society is rapidly changing. The circumstances are rapidly changing. So there are so many proposals in amending these laws even today. So now we have to make the FIA capable of dealing with these crimes. So we have revamped. First, we have initiated a cyber wing in FIA. Then we started revamping the cyber wing also. We have started two programs to revamp the cyber wing. Number one, two projects has been initiated. One project mainly is concerning with the human resource. The other project is mainly for the purchase of equipments, because these two resources are very important. Because these human resources mainly based upon technocrats, experts, and these equipments are very specialized by retrieving the information, analyzing these gadgets, and finally converting into the admissible evidence to be brought to their courts. So the government has rather pumped so much money into this cyber wing, but still we are resource deficit. I am giving an introduction now that how this FIA is approached in context of cyber crimes. If anybody is aggrieved, how can he or she interact with the FIA to report these crimes to FIA? It may be an email, it may be through fax, it may be through a post, or it may be an online. So these are forums which we are employing to get the complaints from the aggrieved party. Till today, we have recruited approximately 500 people. And we have received last year 1 lakh complaints, 10 million. And till today, in this year, we have received 59,000 complaints, meaning thereby that the challenge is very, very high vis-a-vis resources. We have, as I have told you, that we have 500 people and only 5 workstations. Workstations means that where this gadgets, computers, mobile telephones, these are being analyzed, which may be a case property, which were mainly used for the commission of crime. So these two things, that workstations and human resource, they are very meager in context of this challenge which we are facing. I am now giving the figures that these meager resources in this year, we have arrested approximately 700 people involving the fraud, involving the defamation, involving the pornography. And in this year, the 20 people has been convicted. As I have already informed you that this is a new domain because of paucity of resources, but this performance is not negligible. We are in a transition. So this is very, very important. And we are interacting with international media giants, because we have to get the reports from these giants like Facebook, like Twitter, like WhatsApp, and other applications. So international cooperation is also challenging in nature. Maximally, the Facebook has given a majority of the responses. These are the statistics which I am narrating to you people. And Now I am coming to what we are doing in future. Because this is also important that what we should do in future. In future, we are facing the challenges of privacy, dignity, and free speech. These are very challenging domains. The law is itself evolving. The courts are interpreting these laws, and we will be guided by interpretation of the higher judiciary. However, we are conducting training programs in order to know the legislation, intents of legislation, and 7 centers of excellence has been established in the entire Pakistan, and we have signed a memorandum of understanding with the universities, 7 universities, that they will get our people and get them trained. So, other 2-3 things are very important. Now, we are being faced with this 5th generation warfare, that so much propaganda is being hedged against the society, against the state. So we have to be very vigilant. We are living in a post-truth era. Their emotions are very important than the factual positions. We have to discern these 2-3 things. We should not be carried away by this 5th generation warfare. Number 2, the awakening of the public, particularly the youth, because youth is a majority of youth. The population of cyberspace is mainly the youth. Youth uses the cyberspace to the maximum advantage or even a disadvantage. So we must create an awareness in the population, particularly the younger generation. And the last one is international cooperation, because we have to get the evidence from these giants to complete our own investigations. We are trying in these domains. So this is very, very important, because everything, the new challenge now is this cyber domain. It's very challenging, but we are catering for it vis-a-vis resources. This was a brief, the encompassing of the whole idea. What is this cyber domain? What is a cyber crime? And what is legislation? What are the modes of this receiving online complaints from public to the FIA, and brief performance of the FIA, which we are doing. So at this stage, I end this brief talk. And again, I am thankful to the faculty. And now I invite the few questions that I can respond to the students. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Abbasi Sahab. I received few questions. I'm just going to restrict to the 3 questions. Number 1 question we received, that how a national cyber security policy will help the cyber victims.
Thank you very much. These are the 2 terms. One is cyber security and another is cyber crime. These are 2 different things. Cyber security means prevention of the cyber crimes. It is a bigger term. So it includes the cyber attacks. It includes the hacking. So cyber security affects the legal entities, institutions, organizations, far beyond individuals. So if the entity is a victim, then obviously it will help, because if we are doing a cyber patrol and anything malicious is found, then that organization or that legal entity will be protected, and so many firewalls or encryption will be made, and security audit will be done by this security agencies, and then they will be informed prior to the attacks. So what are the loopholes in their security system? So in these means the victim, that is legal entity, means the entity or organization will be protected from this cyber security domain.
Thank you, Abbasi Sahab. The second question we receive here is that how many cybercrime cases have happened in Pakistan?
I will only respond to that we only compile the recorded cyber crimes. Recorded means that which we get through reporting. I have the figures of this year. I have told you that in previous year it was 10 millions approximately. And in this year we have received this 59,000 complaints. Some complaints were found to be not malicious, not constitute the crime. Those complaints which were found to be criminal in nature and malicious, they were converted into the crimes, and people were arrested, and convictions were made by the courts. So these are the approximate figures.
Right.
We don't know the total scale of the cyber crime. We only regard this recorded crimes. That approximately last year 10 millions, and this year till today approximately 59,000 complaints received by FIA.
Great, sir. Sir, our youngster want to know that how does FIA provide job opportunities for youngster in the cyber security field? So there are any opportunities for the youngster to join FIA, the cyber security experts?
Thank you very much. This is very important questions. Number one, we are conducting this exercise of recruitment nowadays. We have approximately 1,100 vacancies, and we received 11 lakh applications, and that process of recruitment is going on. So far as cyberspace is concerned, we are thinking of hiring a firm, and they will recruit and this is for the hunting of the talent, and that will 100% will be younger generation will be included into this investigation skills. The third one, which we are starting, that internship, this this wing of FIA, we will encourage the younger generation to enter into the internship with the FIA. And definitely those technological universities which we have signed a memorandum of understanding, they will cater for these internships, and even other universities. We are very open to engage ourselves with this internship programs, and we will benefited by younger generation, and so many job opportunities will be offered to them, inshallah.
Thank you so much, Abbasi Saab, for your time and very informative talk, and you patiently, give the answers to our students, because there are several students, because we understand the time restriction. So I will now request Dr. Muhammad Shujaat Mubarik, Dean, College of Business Management, to say a few words of the vote of thanks. Dr. Saab, over to you.
Thank you very much. First of all, I must appreciate this having organized event which is on cybersecurity, and I think FIA, we must appreciate that FIA is among a few governmental institutions which always take lead to come forward with the academia, and they organize such kind of awareness sessions. Um, as a welcome note, first of all, I uh, extend my heartfelt gratitude to the President IoBM that who allowed us to have this very informative and a wonderful session. Definitely, then my sincere thanks and appreciation to you, sir, Dr. Tariq Soomro Saab. Mashallah, you asked very wonderful and pertinent questions, especially related to the as to what role our youth can play in the cybersecurity, what could be the kind of a job opportunities available. And obviously, since you are a computer expert, IT expert, so you know better that as to how our country requires the human resource which is expert in the cybersecurity, and you know better that to what extent the threats we are facing in terms of the cybersecurity in even some of the governmental institutions, private institutions, and banks. They have been the victim of the cyber crimes, and Alhamdulillah, this is very satisfying to see that our FIA is really doing something wonderful in order to overcome and decrease the cyber crimes. And then obviously our on behalf of the president of IUBM, rector, deans, faculty, and staff, I must extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Sanaullah Abbasi Saab, who shared his expert opinion, and he was very candid in addressing and answering your questions. And definitely his very candid behavior and his candid talk allowed us to learn a lot from this wonderful session. So thank you very much, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Mubarak. So I'm really thankful once again on behalf of IoBM, Abbasi. So kind of you, you gave your time. So I'm formally ending this webinar.